Now, Megan Thee Stallion, I guess it's something going on with, I don't know what's going on, folks. But I know that the last time I reacted to something about Tory Lanez, they said that the police did DNA evidence on the gun that they say she got hit with, and Tory Lanez DNA magically wasn't on the motherfucking gun. So if you saying I popped you and my DNA ain't on the gun, and I didn't have no gunshot residue on me nowhere, and I got arrested that night, how did I shoot you, bitch?
This Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion drama is heating up, and as the day goes by, it keeps looking worse for Megan Thee Stallion. In the last week and a half, Tory Lanez has received more momentum in overturning his case than he probably has had in the last year and a half since he's been convicted. And Megan Thee Stallion is panicking after the week that Tory Lanez have had.
Panicking.
I'm not here to tell you who's guilty and who's innocent or to retry this case. I'm just here to break down what is taking place over the last week and a half.
Okay, break it down.
Megan took to her TikTok today to beg Tory Lanez to leave her alone. On TikTok, she would write, "At what point are y'all gonna stop making me have to relive being shot by Tory? At what point are Tory and y'all fans gonna stop lying? Like, how much is the check to keep harassing me? Why is this happening every day? One minute him/y'all said I was never shot. Now y'all let..."
Hold on, you were not shot. A bullet did not enter you. There was fragments that they said could have been glass or a bullet that was in the bottom of your foot. Okay? I know a lot of people that got shot. That ain't what it looked like. Do your homework. Why do they keep saying shots? Because if a gangster get hit, if a gangster get grazed, the news is going to say he got grazed. The news is not going to say he got shot. Be careful with this wordplay. I want y'all to just pay attention. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. But let's just look at the facts, though.
Him play in your face again and say I was shot, but it wasn't him.
Right.
Oh, okay. This is Megan's direct response to Tory Lanez's team doing a press conference where they would reveal that Megan's best friend, Kelsey, who was in the vehicle with Tory Lanez, who was having an argument with Megan Thee Stallion in the vehicle that night after learning that Megan Thee Stallion was sleeping with Tory Lanez behind her back, even though her and Tory Lanez were in a relationship.
Right.
The bodyguard of that best friend would testify that Kelsey admitted to her husband that she was the one who shot Megan and it wasn't Tory.
No DNA, no fingerprints, missing bullet fragments. Despite those concerns, rapper Tory Lanez, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson.
But them the facts, though. That long-ass paragraph, she ain't say nothing about none of that. She ain't say nothing about none of that. No DNA, no fingerprints, no gunshot residue. Like, come on,
No DNA, no fingerprints, missing bullet fragments. Despite those concerns, rapper Tory Lanez, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, was convicted in connection to the 2020 shooting of fellow artist Megan Thee Stallion in the Hollywood Hills, which left her with injuries to her feet. Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years, a full decade behind bars.
10 years.
To this day,
I know a nigga who killed somebody and got 19. So you telling me this is only half as bad as killing somebody? Like, it just sounds, the whole situation, it's a lot of things that sound so
Tory
fishy
Lanez maintains his innocence, insisting he never fired the gun. Now, new evidence and claims are surfacing, including from a witness whose account contradicts key parts of Megan Thee Stallion's version of events that night and appears to support Tory Lanez's defense.
Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was a witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun. She fired it 3 times. Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody. Never even touched that gun.
The bodyguard's testimony as it stands to me is a non-factor, not because I don't think it's credible, but I don't think it sways the opinion of either side. If you don't believe that...
What about the, like, what the fuck? Like, am I missing something? I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Freecast.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing the video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did? How you gonna tell me I shot you with a gun that ain't got my fingerprints on it? And it ain't like you found a gun 2 years later. You found a gun the same day that you saying I shot you. It's no fingerprints on the gun. There's no DNA on the gun, bro. There's nothing. In 2025, there is not a trace of his DNA, a skin cell, blood fragment, motherfucking fibers, none of that.
That Megan Thee Stallion was shot by Tory Lanez, then this just reinforces it. If you believe Megan Thee Stallion was shot by Tory Lanez, this isn't going to sway your opinion, right? A bodyguard who used to drive for Kelsey saying he overheard Kelsey say this is not going to change your opinion of this. You already have your mind made up.
Oh, I see what
However,
you're saying.
I do believe the bodyguard's statement and testimony combined with the other aggravating factors, now it means something.
Right.
Now you guys may have enough to go back in front of a judge and present this for an appeal. Maybe have his sentence cut down, maybe have his sentence suspended to have him get out. The bodyguard statement was at least enough to have U.S. Congresswoman Anna Paulina think that Tory Lanez is innocent. It was able to sway her, and now she's an advocate for Tory Lanez. Now, this to me is the game changer, and this is why Megan Thee Stallion and Roc Nation is currently panicking. Right. Because Tory Lanez and his attorneys putting out press conferences, talking to the media, they've been doing this for years, bro. All right. Yeah, Roc Nation and Megan Thee Stallion ain't worried about Tory Lanez and his team breathing hot air for hours and having press conferences declaring his innocence. But they are concerned that an actual politician, a U.S. Congresswoman, is now taking interest in this case.
Protect that woman at all costs, boy. I done seen crazier, weirder shit happen. Protect that woman at all costs. Phone them gray, monitor them phone calls, monitor them house visits, phone them gray. I'm telling y'all, she need an extra security detail on her right now, shorty.
Is now advocating for Tory Lanez to get released. So we're gonna discuss that later. So when we read the rest of Megan Thee Stallion's statement towards Tory Lanez, and you hear her panicking and you hear like the franticness within her statement, understand, this is because a U.S. Congresswoman is now taking up the fight for Tory Lanez. I do think Megan Thee Stallion did make a good point, and if you're not biased, you can probably give Megan Thee Stallion some credit for making a good point. 1 minute, y'all said, yo, I stepped on glass. I wasn't shot. Next minute, y'all claiming a bodyguard overheard Kelsey saying she shot me. Now I was shot, but Tory didn't do it, and Kelsey did it.
1 minute you said, 1 minute you said, 1 minute you said you wasn't getting freaky with Tory Lanez, and then it came out that you was lying. All we saying is shit fishy. That ain't no damn good point. All we saying is some shit is fishy. We're not saying this. This is not something that somebody is just and coming up with. We seen a video of you stepping on glass, and then we heard the police say you stepped on glass. We didn't come up with this. This is what the police said in the body cam footage. What you talking about?
Though, that the people who say Megan Thee Stallion was not shot by Tory Lanez, the mind has to be made up. It has to be either she stepped on glass, she was never shot, she lied, or Kelsey shot her. I'm not discrediting either theory. I'm just saying it can't be both. You can't present with both and pick whatever theory works.
You can get shot and then step on glass.
Best that day.
Am I tripping? Am I missing something?
Commit to either or. Either she was shot or she stepped on glass. And if she stepped on glass, then the theory of the bodyguard coming forward and claiming that he overheard Kelsey saying he shot her, that theory would mean nothing because she was never shot, right? So Megan Thee Stallion, continued. She says, 1 minute y'all said I was never shot now y'all letting him play in your face again and say I was shot, but it wasn't him. Okay, I'm sick of this ish. Leave me the F alone. He ain't dare get on that stand and deny he shot me, and that was his choice because he knows he did that ish. I don't give a F about a blog or a bot. Why in the F
yes,
would
you do care, because you just typed out this long ass paragraph.
Megan Thee Stallion have to lie on his MF about shooting me. See, she says that now, and she kind of says it in a condescending tone, as if like she's bigger than Tory Lanez and she's bigger than life. And no, but at the time, Megan Thee Stallion was significantly less popular than Tory Lanez.
She still
significantly less clouded up, less accomplished than Tory Lanez. So don't say, bro, like, why would I need to clout chase off Tory Lanez for it? Nah. At the time,
man, girls do weirder. I've seen girls do weirder shit. And I don't know what happened that day. All I'm saying is it's a lot of evidence that's making your story sound a little fishy, gang. That's all I'm saying. And I've seen girls do crazier, weirder shit for less serious problems. For now, I've seen a girl shut down whole businesses, ruin a man's whole life, lie. We've seen girls lie and act like a dude was beating on her and assaulting her sexually, and we've seen women do that simply because a nigga didn't marry you, or a dude picked another girl to be his girlfriend and not you. We've seen shit plenty of times. We've seen many things happen, and you can't turn around and be like, hey y'all, I was lying, because it'll ruin everything. Your whole life would be fucked. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wouldn't be, a lot of people wouldn't still rock with you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit had changed. So it's like, the crazy part about it is, even if she do get caught lying, bro, nothing's going to happen to her. I can bet money on that. And that's the sad part.
It was plausible. She would continue and she would say, again, how y'all mad at the person that got shot? Facts are facts. He did it. It was proven in court. After hate campaign on the internet, Tory, you shot me. Ain't no new effing evidence.
How is it proven if there's no DNA on his?
Same ish for years. Tory, please leave me alone. She capitalized, please leave me alone. You a effing demon. I'm off this silly internet-ish. Bye. If you're a non-biased, you could also point at Megan Thee Stallion, even if you are a supporter of Megan Thee Stallion, and say her asking Tory Lanez to leave her alone is now hypocritical. Because if you guys remember, in December of 2024, when nobody was talking about this Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation, everybody had moved on. Nobody was really, like, there was no major updates, no new updates, no blogs really posting about it.
Right.
Megan and Tory was not in the news headlines, and Megan brought them back in the news headlines because Megan Thee Stallion decided to file a restraining order against a man in Tory Lanez who was in jail at the time. Now, get this, okay?
You filed a restraining order on somebody who was in prison?
Stallion filed this restraining order the very same week she had a single dropping. So
this shit, come on, bro. Like, come on, gang. Y'all ain't like this. This ain't weird. This is not weird to you. Don't this sound like some weird shit to do? I got a single coming out this week, so I'm about to get my name talked about more and bring up some shit that ain't nobody talking about, and bring up Tory Lanez and file a restraining order on a nigga in prison who got a 10-year sentence, and he was only what, 2 years into the damn sentence? That don't sound weird? And then you got the nerve to type out this long ass paragraph talking about leave me alone. Leave me alone. Y'all been saying the same ish for years. Like, get your weird ass on.
Filed this restraining order the very same week she had a single dropping.
Come on, bro.
So a lot of people was accusing Megan Thee Stallion of using this Tory Lanez situation to promote her single, because Megan Thee Stallion also stated in the past before this that she was done speaking about it and done dealing with the situation
until money got involved. So now now it's easy for somebody to believe that you did all of this for clout. Maybe you lied. Maybe you knew it was your girl, it was your friend, but you lied on Tory because Tory Lanez is a bigger name and you knew it'd blow you up more. Maybe you were falling off at that time. Maybe your songs wasn't hitting like they used to. Because when she got shot by Tory, I want y'all to remember, she was on every news blog. She was doing Oprah, goddamn, whoever interviews with somebody. Her music was going crazier. She was getting more clout. I'm sure she got more followers, more views, more shows. It was a whole victim campaign when it happened. I want y'all to remember that.
Filing a restraining order against a man who's in jail for 10 years was kind of crazy. It was kind of overkill as well.
Right.
So you can't say leave me alone, but then on the other hand, you brought it back to the media. You brought it back to attention.
Right.
You had your lawyer send in like the blog pages, and the restraining order to multiple blogs to post about it. So again, bro, you can't have it both ways, bro.
Right.
Either you want to use the situation to promote singles or you don't. So U.S. Congresswoman Anna Paulina would take to Twitter to write that we have compelling evidence proving Tory Lanez innocence.
This is a congresswoman, by the way. This is not no goddamn alderman or some low-level government rep. No, this is a congresswoman.
It will be released within the next 36 hours. Those who rush to call for his incarceration or worse yet push false evidence should prepare to be held accountable.
Yeah.
This is scary coming from a congresswoman, bro.
Congresswoman.
Coming from a politician is a different ball game, homie.
Yeah.
When she not only says, hey, bro, we got compelling evidence that Tory Lanez is going to be free soon because this evidence should free him, but also the people responsible for pushing false evidence and putting Tory in jail should be ready to be held accountable.
I hope they
That's
do.
scary.
If it is a lie, I hope whoever if it's the truth, lock his ass up. If it's a lie, I hope he get out and whoever did it is responsible.
Why Megan Thee Stallion is panicking, homie. Now she would also call on Governor Newsom to review Tory Lanez's case and issue a pardon. And she tagged him directly on Twitter. She didn't stop there, bruh. She continued. Tory Lanez has filed a direct appeal, a habeas petition, and a successive habeas, all now consolidated by the California Court of Appeals. They have a seated panel. They have seated a panel. Oral arguments are coming. This case is far from over. Due process matters. Tory Lanez's conviction and sentencing raised major constitutional concerns. First Amendment, Sixth Amendment, 14th Amendment. These issues demand urgent review. Oh, she riding for Tory Lanez, man. Yeah. I don't know if she's doing this on her own goodwill.
Or if they paying her and shit.
I don't know that Republicans, I guess, have had some type of motivation or a particular interest in Tory Lanez's particular case because it's a means to go at Gascon. But nonetheless, though, this is still very good for Tory Lanez. And it's not good for Megan Thee Stallion, bro. If a politician, now mind you, she got allies too.
Yeah.
So she's pulling resources with allies she knows.
Right.
So once you about to start having 10, 15, 20 congresswomen and men standing together banning for Tory Lanez, come on, bro.
It's going to get bad.
Oh, come on, son.
It's going to get scary.
Yo, I don't know how Tory Lanez did this, bro. I don't know if the bag is talking. He threw a couple M's, bro. But this right here is brilliant by Tory Lanez. Megan Thee Stallion is panicking, I don't think, not only at the prospects of Tory Lanez being released, but I think Megan is panicking because Megan knows, man, once that congresswoman gets to digging, once the rocks get overturned, bro, they're going to see a lot of things that are going to get a lot of people in trouble. One thing in particular is this Tory Lanez being stabbed, is this mystery surrounding him being stabbed. I'm not saying Megan Thee Stallion is involved. I wasn't there. I don't even know why Tory Lanez was stabbed, allegedly, all right, or the real story. But Tory Lanez and his team think so. They alluded to it. They said, the conspiracy that Megan and them may be involved isn't just a conspiracy. They did everything to put the blame on Megan, but just outright say she did it.
Right.
They led everybody to the water, but they ain't give us the water. They let us drink it ourselves. Here, Tory Lanez and his team break down the mystery surrounding Tory Lanez being stabbed.
Innocent until proven guilty, beyond a reasonable doubt. The timing of these events raised disturbing questions to me, and I think they all should to you as well. After over 2 years in prison, in prison without incident, Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after a major national news outlet reached out to Megan Pete's team, Kelsey Harris, and former DA George Gascon about a story on new evidence in this case. You don't have to believe in conspiracies to see the pattern. When evidence was about to come to light, Tory was nearly killed. So let's stop pretending this is complicated. Right. Let's stop treating this like some cultural war flashpoint.
And I'm going to say this. I'm on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like I be asking my girl, like, what if that was me? What if some girl lied and said I shot her and I ain't do that? What if while I was in prison, as soon as some evidence come out, I get stabbed and almost killed? Like was this close from dying. You know what I'm saying? Like, ask yourself that. What if that was your brother, your sister? But then I also ask myself, what if that was my sister, or what if that was my girl who got shot by a dude? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know what's going on. But I'm leaning more towards the full story is just not there. That's all I'm saying. The full story is not there. And in an age where everything is getting recorded, in an age where there's so much evidence available, in a time, in a year where, in a place, in Los fucking Angeles, California, of all places, they don't have no footage of Tory Lanez shooting this girl. The only evidence they really have is Megan saying that he shot her. That's the only thing they have, because they don't have DNA on the gun. They don't have gunshot residue on Tory. They don't have fingerprints on the gun. There's no camera. The only evidence that I really heard against all of this shit is the fact that Megan got on the stand and said that Tory did it. That's the only thing I'm hearing. Unless I might be wrong. Y'all can let me know in the comments, folks.
This is about a man, a father, a son, Daystar Peterson, who has sat in a prison cell for over a year based on a case that wouldn't pass the smell test in any honest courtroom. The prison system can no longer guarantee his safety, and that alone should be grounds for immediate action. But combine that with the overwhelming evidence of a botched investigation, and this becomes not just a legal issue, but a morale emergency. Tory Lanez deserves a new trial. He deserves.
And then here's another question. I'm sorry to keep pausing it, but I'm just trying to figure out, how do you get shot in the bottom of your foot? I've never heard of that in a day of my life. How do you get shot in the bottom of your foot? How does that work? How does that happen? Because I want to know the full story, like the whole breakdown, because some people said that she got shot in the car. But I'm trying to figure out how the hell you get shot at the bottom of your foot in the car. Some people said she was outside running away. You know what I'm saying? And like a bullet hit close to her, and while she was running away, a fragment got in her foot or something.
Process. He deserves a pardon. And
when they say Megan's team, they're talking about Rock Nation.
Yeah.
More specifically, Desiree Perez, because that's who worked with Megan and Stallion directly.
Right.
Desiree Perez have some ties that really terrifies the industry, which is why she literally runs the industry.
Yeah.
Desiree Perez has the power to call up companies and literally tell them, hey, bro, you paying this person $1 million for an endorsement deal, but give them $2 million. I don't want to hear no negotiation. Bye. And she's not even a part of the deal, bro. Right. And these companies will do it. You know why they'll do it, bro? Because nobody wants to get on Desiree Perez's good side. Desiree Perez literally took down an entire cartel. Desiree Perez still have ties to cartels. Desiree Perez is bullying the industry. All right? So when we see situations like this, where they say, this is interesting, all right? We told Megan and Stallion team, Desiree Perez and them, that Tory Lanez got new evidence coming out. And within a day of us telling them, he was stabbed. Like, what's going on here, bro?
Right.
And he was stabbed by a Mexican that he has no issue with, never had a run-in with.
Right.
This is strange.
Strange.
And I do believe that when a congresswoman get involved and things start to get overturned, they're going to get to the bottom of this.
They're going
to find out if Megan's team was responsible for Tory Lanez being stabbed. This is crazy, yo. Yo, the turn of events is getting crazier, man. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Y'all think Megan Thee Stallion is panicking because Tory Lanez is being free, or because they going to find out her team is responsible for Tory Lanez being poked up in jail?
That's what it sounds like. Like, let me see if I can go back to this this long ass message that she wrote right here. Like, how y'all mad at the person that got shot? Facts are facts. But he did it, and it was proven in court. The hate campaign on the internet. Tory, you shot me. Ain't no new effing evidence. Y'all been saying the same shit for years. Please leave me alone. You a demon. I'm off this silly shit. It's like a lot of people would say you just trying to get people to back up off of you, lock him up, and stop thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like, which is what, when somebody's lying, that's what they want to happen. They want somebody to back off of it, believe what you saying. You know what I mean? Like, I would have rather motherfucker say, y'all can go find all the new evidence you want to. I know for damn sure he shot me, woody woody woot. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like if you got shot in your foot and you was running away, how do you know who shot you? How do you know for sure to the point where you can get on the stand and be like, Tory, you shot me? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you told me she got shot in the shoulder and it was front facing, because there's no way you can shoot somebody at the bottom of their foot in front of them. So you had to be behind them if that's what happened. If there was a bullet somewhere, somehow, they had to be behind. All I'm doing is stating facts. They had to be behind you. So if you're running away, like, I just don't see this right here. Like, you running away, looking at him while he's shooting you. And we caught you lying. We ain't caught Tory lying yet. We caught you lying. You lied about having sexual relationships with Tory. And then you said you lied. You admitted that you lied. That don't help your case. We have not seen Tory lie about anything. We haven't heard or seen him lie or heard him admit to lying about anything yet. Hey, what y'all think, folks?